Like I say, they tried putting nanotech in my brain to control me. They tried sending nanotech. Like, technically, there's nanotech in my brain trying to control my thoughts right now. There's little nanotech actually on my brain, they say. I don't know, Rick Bush told me. And somebody else told me that they were going to make sure nanotech were inside of me, blah, blah, blah. And somebody in the future said that they actually did have nanotech inside of my body. And they were trying to control me, control my thoughts, control my brain waves, send stuff in. They were actually trying to do that. And trying to do all kinds of stuff like that. And the future person that I was talking to was actually telling me how... Well, what the most amazing thing was that they actually couldn't control my thoughts. And they actually couldn't control my actions. They actually couldn't control anything about me. I was just the way I was. They were trying to make me say things. They were trying to talk to my brain. They're trying to make me hear things inside my head. And he said the most amazing thing was that none of it was working. And most they could do is maybe shock me. And even then, it didn't work half the time, he said. He said they spent 40 years of your life, or 80 years of your life, trying everything they could do to control you or kill you or do something to you. Because apparently they needed a real world or a me. See, everything else wasn't really me. It may have looked like me. It may have sounded like me. It may have looked convincingly like my life. But those weren't actually me. I was actually hostage during those times. But the me, they said they sent nanotech inside your chest to explode. And you actually did feel it. And you did say about it, he said. This is some future point in time. This Marine was talking to me. He was like a United States Marine, whatever. And he was telling me about all the things that... There's a black file, apparently, on me. Somewhere, they say. In fact, if none of that actually happened, if there is no file, it's because Rick Bush and Rodney finally realized that none of it would actually work. So they stopped trying, eventually. And actually went back and told themselves that it wouldn't work. And so they stopped it from ever happening because, they went to they tried it. It didn't work. So then they went back and told themselves that it wouldn't work. Or something like that. Like I say, I can't really tell you about the time ship and time space and how they messed with me like crazy. But yeah, anyway, this Marine was telling me at a future point that he actually saw the black file on me and told about how they had sent nanotech to kill me. They had put nanotech inside my head and done all this stuff. And nothing worked, he said. He said, nothing worked. They could maybe kind of bother you, he said. But nothing worked. And he said that the fact that it didn't work actually spoke more volumes about who you were than anything that did work. Because apparently, he said it only could mean two things. Either A, you really are who you say you are, or B, somebody very, very, very powerful is helping you. And of course then of course when they heard that, Mario or Rick Bush were like, we're going to get that guy, we're going to kill him, or woman. And that's kind of why they started killing all my friends. Although, what it really was about, actually, is the fact that my laws, my peace, my America, they had stolen my America. They were lying about how America was created, or why. And then they had tried to kill people in the future to stop anybody from knowing. Because they're trying to, do this ridiculous thing that really can't be done. But there is a time-space point where I actually did name America. Although, I think what they did was they tried to cover that up. It's up a little chain that never happened. You have to go back to time and then go off to the side or something like that. It's something that only a higher level... See, because the whole point is they're trying to become higher level, and then they're going to kill all the higher level people. And then they're going to go back in time. They have this whole big thing planned out, like I say. And it involves the Jehovah's Witnesses, Rick Bush, Rodney... about 3,000 people that have been living it up. Like I said, they spend 40, 80 years doing something that they then realize can't be done, and then they have to spend 7 million years trying to erase, and actually spend billions of years and having to have to destroy other planets because they have to do it. Because after what they've done. And that just makes it worse. Like I said, it's one of those big circles where these people are on this circle right here, that eventually ends in their death and destruction. And everyone hating them. All because of what they did during my lifetime. They spend, for what they've been doing the last 40 years, last whatever years, they spend millions of years trying to kill me. Until they finally decide that the best thing to do is not to do anything. But then that leads only to one place too. Anyway, it's complex. It's a time-space thing, and it's them going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, trying they spend literally a million years, billion years trying every plan, and they do. And what it really has more to do with the fact, like I say, it has to do with what I was, what I would have been, what I did with America. My chain is like, goes to the future, all kinds of things, all kinds of life, and then right back. And all kinds of life going up to higher levels. Yay! And me watching life and enjoying life. And then me wanting a vacation. And then me coming back to this point. Like I say, it wasn't because of the videos. It wasn't because of the information. I was actually already that higher level from like 5 different species ago. This actually happened sometime in Earth's history anyway. Or would have happened. It's just that I would have gotten farther without me making these videos. Because when I finally became human and became this level, I was able to tell everyone. And once I was able to do that, well, then things kind of settled out. And other people went, oh, that makes sense. Anyway, though, like I say, they will do it, have already done it, already figured it out millions of years ago or in the future at some point. Long time. So they've already figured it out. I'm just like giving them the proof that it's like, yeah, it's true. Or at least that would have happened. Like I said, I don't really, because they had a time ship or they have a time ship at some point in their existence and they spend X amount of time with this time ship trying to fix it. It's like that. And I'm just like, you know, you should stop, right? The whole time. And he even says, we even saw it. You were like, you know, you should stop, right? And they didn't. They don't. Anyway, it's all because they're moving. Anyway, my existence is just different somehow than their existence. And like I said, they're trying to kill. Like I said, they're in the corporeal plane trying to kill other things in the higher planes. And they actually do get a couple planes up, about 2 or 3, before they decide to try and kill everyone. And then they get quickly killed or something like that. And then supposedly I'm part of that or something. Or something. Anyway. Anyway, you know, it's kind of complicated, like I say. And like I say, it's so many different paths of what could happen, what will happen, what did happen, what could have happened. And then they go back and tell themselves, blah, blah, not to do anything at all or something like that. And then I look crazy or something. Anyway, I don't know. They come up with this plan where they're going to do almost nothing. Anyway, nothing really seems to ever work. Anyway, and the Marine I'm talking to actually wonders if what they did actually caused me in the first place or something. Anyway, he doesn't really know. He's like, I don't really know, and I wouldn't even try either to figure it out. Anyway, he says, enough of what your story is saying is true, and enough of what I personally witnessed. Of course, he actually witnessed a different chain of events than anything. So like I say, anyway, it's just one of those, like I say, there were a couple people that tried for over 1 million years to understand my existence and understand me in general. And they kind of gave up after about 1,000 years. Anyway, because they're like, we don't, I mean, even, I don't know. Like, I don't really know. It's like I say, I know I can't understand the higher plane existences. I don't even try. I just know that at one point in time I was way up there at the tippy top. And then I came back down here. Or I was forced back down here. Yeah, I don't really know anymore. I can only say what I remember or was part of at one point in time in my existence in general. Anyway, I had a lot of friends that were going to stop by and say hi, and I wanted to tell them, I love you. You really mean a lot to me, and I miss you very much. And I will be sad to never have seen you again, or in the first place. You meant a lot to me, and I really valued your friendship.